And first, buckle up, because the Mythbusters are going to hit the road.
We've got two stories to do today, both of them involving dangerous driving.
That sounds like fun. What's the first one?
I'll give you a hint.
How's that fit in?
Well, the myth is that there are certain types of shoe wear so poorly designed for driving that they actually make you into a dangerous driver.
You don't actually think I'm going to wear those, do you?
In fact, I do. I thought you'd respond that way, but I got something that'll make you feel better.
What's that?
Our second story, which is that driving with an extremely full bladder is supposed to be just as bad as driving while drunk.
And how's that going to make me feel better?
Because I'm going to be the test subject.
Okay, that does actually make me feel better.
I thought it might.
So, it's a duo of driving myths. Could it really be possible that driving under the influence of a very full bladder is just as bad as driving when you're drunk? But first up, could it be true that certain types of footwear will turn you into a hazard on the highway?
Well, supposing you do actually manage to get me in a pair of those, how do you propose we test them?
Why don't we do it like this? We each wear a strange piece of footwear with our foot all the way down on the accelerator. Then we time how long it takes to get from the accelerator all the way to the brake. We pick the 3 worst shoes and test those on a closed course under extreme conditions.
That works.
So the guys will put their best foot forward with 6 shoe types that already look dodgy to drive in.
Flip-flops, high heels, wedges, platform shoes, elevator boots, and snow boots. We're going to choose the 3 worst, the 3 that affect your driving the most. And we're going to do that on small scale here in the shop by putting on each pair of shoes, getting in this car while it's stationary, and timing how long it takes us to move our foot from all the way down on the accelerator to all the way down on the brake.
The idea is that the more a shoe slows a driver's response time, the worse a driver that person will be.
All right.
So the guys rig for some reaction time tests.
Cool.
Here's how it's going to work.
When that sign turns from green to red, a timer starts.
I will be sitting in the car with my foot on the accelerator pedal. The moment I see that timer start, my goal is, as fast as possible, to get my foot off the accelerator and onto the brake, which stops the timer.
And that's our reaction time.
Indeed. And the 3 pairs that cause the slowest reaction times will make it through to the real-world road test.
What's first?
Flip-flops. By the flip-flops, well, there's entire states where people wear these 24/7, like Florida and Hawaii. Who knows how dangerous it is to drive there?
As their name suggests, flip-flops are hardly precision footwear, which Adam discovers.
0.71.
To eliminate any little performance glitches, the guys will both test each pair of shoes.
0.55. The gentleman is fast.
Then average their results to sort the shoes in reaction time order.
High heels. They may hurt, but nothing makes my calves look better.
They've chosen footwear from every walk of life.
1.28.
Whether it's high-style heels,
I think production came up with this story just so they could see me in these shoes.
extreme elevations,
I feel like I'm able to actually walk a lot faster in them.
It's probably an illusion.
I can feel the breeze.
even the Arctic Circle.
All right, bunny boots, ready when you are. I got my foot stuck behind the brake.
And after a full day of testing,
0.51, nice.
the Mythbusters have all the reaction time data
0.53, he's in the zone.
and embarrassing flashbacks
Those are fabulous.
they could ever need.
0.54.
What do we got?
Well, it's actually really close. The three worst ones were snow boots, high heels, and wedges. Those are the three we're going to be testing out on the road.
I'll be darned.
High heels boots. The values that we got for these three was quite close to each other. But this was in a controlled test in the shop. Out in the field when we're doing sophisticated driving maneuvers, the difference might be much greater. I would put my money on the bunny boots as giving us the most amount of trouble on the road.
For some years, the headlines have had it in for high heels. But does fancy footwear really lead to dodgy driving? Well, in the shop, Adam and Jamie's health hazard heels were just that.
Ow!
But now it's time to see if they'll be a risk on the road.
So we got a closed course and a car with racing harnesses in it.
What could be a better day?
And they'll supercharge the testing with a stunt driving shoe showdown.
We brought out an old friend, Marv Ruff, who is an instructor at the Alameda County EVOC Training Center.
Jamie and I are going to line up a bunch of complicated driving maneuvers.
Just remember, let the car do the work.
We're going to get really good at them.
A little more speed now. That was nice.
And then we're going to see if it's even remotely possible to do them in some fancy footwear. Whoa! That is so much fun.
And there's more fun to come because those silky stunt skills are going to be the basis for a fancy footwear test track.
Oh, that's the end of the straightaway.
And to say it's extreme is an understatement.
The first part of our course is accident avoidance. The moment that light changes, Jamie has to choose a lane. Accident avoidance means not hitting the cones. It also means not hitting any people. After accident avoidance comes the forward 180, which we've been practicing. He's gotten pretty good at it, too. He's got to nudge this pedestrian. Then he goes into a reverse 180. Like that. The reverse 180 leads naturally to a zigzag slalom, which requires very precise application of both the gas and the brake, something that might be very difficult with weird shoes. And the whole thing gets timed. It's to try and get the best possible time.
Yep, a time trial is the ideal way to put the shoes through their paces. And first up is the control, the regular shoes benchmark.
Regular shoes control test in 3, 2, 1, go.
The course is working out great. To make it through quickly, you have to move your foot from pedal to pedal, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. It's working fine with the shoes that I've got on, but what it does with fancy footwear, we'll see.
All right, well, your first one was 122, second was 121. I think that's your benchmark.
Okay.
My turn.
3, 2, 1, go.
If any kind of alternative shoe wear is going to inhibit my ability to drive at all, it's going to show up on this course. How'd I do?
117.
117. I've been hitting that every time. I guess that's my benchmark. That's pure fun right there.
They've burned through their control laps in times that the hazardous heels might find hard to match.
Join the club. We've been testing the myth that certain types of footwear can inhibit your driving to the point where they make it dangerous. We've done some controls, and we've selected the 3 types of footwear we consider most likely to cause that difficulty. And now it's time to put this story to the test. It's why we're wearing our driving shoes.
This is just wrong.
Seriously, this could be dangerous, so stop laughing. Seriously, stop laughing.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
These red heels were the 3rd slowest performers in the reaction time tests.
I'm glad. Oh, hey. Humans weren't meant to wear these things.
But when the rubber hits the road, how will these shoes affect Adam's 117 benchmark?
Okay, red shoes in 3, 2, 1, go.
Unfortunately for Adam, there seems to be trouble from the very start.
Harder to get up to speed because I'm pointing my toes.
Because of the narrow toe
Whoa! Okay, that was different.
and the towering heel,
Into the reverse 180, ladies and gentlemen.
shifting from pedal to pedal seems harder.
Whoa, a little understeer there, eh?
But Adam and his stilettos do stay the distance.
Come on, baby. Let's get home. Daddy's got a new pair of shoes.
And he completes the lap. But how much have high heels hampered his handling?
How did I do?
I don't know, what do you think?
I feel like, if anything, I was a couple seconds slow.
Nope, you were right on the money. 117.
No way!
Yep.
Adam has matched his control time exactly. 1 minute 17. But will there be a spike
All right.
in Jamie's lap time?
You know, I might have a problem doing this. if I was more insecure than I am. As it is, it's just another day on the job.
All right, high-heeled shoes driving test in 3, 2, 1, go.
Jamie tries his hardest to put the pedal to the metal.
I think I'm getting a sense as to where this story comes from. So far, so good. I mean, just look at these things. They look awkward. They feel awkward.
How do you think you did?
I don't know, about the same.
Exactly the same. 1 minute, 21 seconds.
Well, there you go.
Time to move it up a notch.
You ready with the wedges?
I'm totally ready, and I'm sparkly.
Go.
Now, in the shop tests, the wedges had a worse reaction time than the stilettos.
I felt my foot catch a little bit on the accelerator pedal there,
But on the track,
but I don't really feel like it's getting in my way.
for both Adam
118.
and Jamie,
1 minute, 22 seconds. Pretty much right on the money.
it's left them with one last pair, the worst-case scenario shoes of all.
Let's do it.
Okay, snow boots. In 3, 2, 1, go.
In their shop tests, these bunny boots showed seriously dangerous tendencies.
I got my foot stuck behind the brake.
The early signs are promising.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, I might have lost some real time there.
But the stopwatch barely skips a beat.
119.
119. Wow. Just a little bit slower.
Not by much, though. I'd say that's also within an acceptable margin of error.
That's crazy.
And Jamie's snow boot time?
On the money, 121. Well, we've tried really hard to craft an experiment that would tease out any difference in types of footwear and their effect on your ability to drive. We built a course that required lots of precision driving maneuvers. And after all of this testing, we can't discern that there's any significant difference between any of these shoes and how they affect your ability to precisely drive.
None of the shoe styles we tried made any difference whatsoever in our timing.
No, and I think we've got a pretty good spectrum there, too. I got to say, this one's busted.
Thoroughly busted.
Let's get out of here.
You do really